Hello. Today is post-op day 18 and it is Sunday and I have had another good day, which is awesome. After I blogged last night, I went up to work and I visited my unit and I got to take Mom up there. And she got to meet all the coworkers that I work with and see some of the babies. We gowned up and just went in as visitors, and it was really, really awesome. It was so nice to hear people say, "Oh my gosh, you look great," or "You don't even look like you had surgery," or "Wow, like how awesome," and everyone is so happy that I'm feeling good, and a lot of them from work have been following the blog, which is very cool. And I don't think that they quite understood everything I was going through prior to my surgery, because a lot of people, when I told them first about the surgery, were like, "Oh, we didn't even really know you were sick," or they would say stuff like, "But you look so healthy." And I heard that since I was diagnosed. I've heard that. Very few times have I ever looked sick, which can be frustrating. And I don't blame people because, first of all, I'm not going to show up at work and be like, "Oh my God, you won't believe how many times I went to the bathroom today." And people said they would notice that I would leave a lot, but they weren't keeping track of how many times I would have to leave my babies. That was probably one of the most frustrating parts for me, when I would be at work and I would have to be like, "Hey, can you watch my kids? Because I gotta go." And it doesn't give you any notice. I mean, it's like, "Hey, get to the bathroom." So it's kind of funny now that people are grasping more of what it was like. But again, it's not something that you really want to talk about, or that people really just come out in the open and talk about how gross everything is down there. And I think for me, a lot of it is I didn't want people to treat me any differently. I don't want them to see me as weak. I didn't want them to see me as sick. I'm a very independent person, and for me, it was I just needed to get through the day. Like, if I could get through my 12 hours at work, whatever happened at home before that or when I got home after work doesn't matter. But as long as I could do my job, do it well, and not have things interfere with that aspect of my life. I think that's when I really would get upset and talk to my doctor about things. Like, it would frustrate me if I wanted to go hiking and it was like a 4-hour hike and I knew that I was going to have to pack toilet paper or something along those lines. But it was more frustrating to me when my disease interfered with work, because that was my job and I'm a professional and it's what I do, you know? So when it got to that point, that's when I knew that surgery was probably my best option. Which, granted, it is interfering with my job right now, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel for me now. And I didn't have that before. So it was, like I said, I spent about 3 hours up in the unit. I was planning on going up and popping in, saying hi to everybody, getting some hugs, and heading back out. But it was just work is my extended family here in Tennessee, and I love everyone up there at Etch, and they have kept me going, and they have kept me in their thoughts and prayers. And like I said, I've had multiple lunch dates and cards sent, and just they're all praying for me, and I couldn't ask for better people to work with. It's pretty awesome. Then today, I got up, well, this morning, church was at 11, and it was a good service. Again, it just makes me think way too much. Church turns me into a basket case sometimes, but today was a really good experience, I think, for me. It has been a year today since my grandpa passed away, and so I was thinking about him all throughout the service and pretty much all day. So yeah, it's been another emotional day. I miss him, even though he was kind of a grumpy old fart, but I do miss him. And it's starting, well, 3 weeks from now, it'll be Dave's 1-year anniversary of when he passed away. So, kind of a boom boom effect going on. I feel so grateful to be having good days, and it's hard because I remember, my terrible bad days that I would have, but they're nothing compared to what Dave or my grandpa experienced on their final days. So it's kind of an emotional roller coaster, because I'm, like I said, really happy and grateful to be feeling as good as I'm feeling, and I feel so much love and support from everyone. But I definitely feel an intense loss. And they would be here to love and support me too, so it's hard. But I know they're not suffering anymore, and that's what I have to focus on. So after church today, Mom and I went to Walmart and picked up a few necessities. I came home and wrote some thank yous. I can in no way, shape, or form show everyone the gratitude that I feel in my heart for sending me stuff. But a handwritten thank you is about all I can do at this point. So everyone look for those in the mail if you sent me anything. I'm working on them. They're not all done yet. And other than that, I've gotten to go to 10 milligrams on my prednisone, which is great. That means 2 more weeks. Looking forward to that day still. And I'm not measuring my stoma output anymore. For now, like, as long as, I don't notice a huge increase or a huge decrease as well. But for now, I just kind of keep track of it in my head, I guess. And just kind of guesstimate, that I'm not losing too much, or that it's not too loose or too thick. But I only had to do that for 2 weeks, and I never came close to what they call dumping, which is when it's just like blowing through your system and you're not absorbing any nutrients. But yeah, so far so good. So, another big thing that I did yesterday and today was I drove. It's been long enough, and I'm not taking any pain meds or any muscle relaxers right now. So, Mom said, give it a whirl. So I drove to the unit last night. And at first it felt weird to be behind the wheel again, but it was good. It went well. And really, I mean, like, this bag isn't ideal by any means, but I feel like I can reach for things now and it's not sore, or like I can bend over and grab something that's and reach for it like way across from my body. And it really, I don't even hardly notice it. So that is all good things, because I was wondering if it would just always, like, the only time I really notice it is if like my jeans or something digs into it, or of course if my dog steps on it, which he has a tendency of doing. But other than that, it seems to kind of not be such a pain in the butt like I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, talk to y'all later.